The self-publishing news got really exciting over the past few weeks, and I guess it wasn't going to let up for me at all over the last week. In fact, Spotify is testing out free audiobook trials. They're looking to kind of put themselves into a better position that they can be more of a competition to their counterpart in Audible. Ooh, exciting, right? The other thing is also Shopify is integrating with Amazon Prime. What does that mean for authors? And then the most controversial news that actually rolled out over the last week is the fact that Dave Chesson and the Kindlepreneur team, the folks over at Publisher Rocket, discovered that the KDP categories aren't what they seem. In fact, there are a number of duplicates and what he calls ghost categories. Haven't heard any of these news? Make sure that you stay tuned for the self-publishing news of September the 18th of 2023. Without any further ado, let's get on into things here. We're going to jump in, of course, the fine folks over at Dibly Create. Folks, listen, I've been kind of sharing a lot about Dibly Create and how I've been using them as my cloud-based word processing system, and they have AI assistants to boot with it. You can get yourself a 7-day free trial of the Pro plan when you visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/diblycreate, or you can just grab the free access. The free access is definitely sufficient. I love me some Dibly Create. I've been utilizing it for the past couple of months, and I can't see working without them anytime soon. Again, that's dalelinks.com/diblycreate. And I want to let you know as well, if you happen to be looking into some great website hosting, the fine folks over at SiteGround are running an 80% off sale for a limited time. You can take a look at them at dalelinks.com/SiteGround. If you happen to have your own site hosting service, fantastic. Or if you're looking to transfer, definitely consider them because they are really good. I continue to stay with them for a good reason, and not because I'm just an affiliate. It's because I actually utilize their services and I love them. All right, let's get on over here to the first piece of news is Kobo Writing Life. If you happen to be publishing through Kobo Writing Life and you haven't utilized them before, I recommend you definitely check them out. In fact, actually recently I'd read Wide for the Win and Killing It with Kobo by Mark Leslie Lefebvre, the founder of Kobo Writing Life. And at any rate, they're running a survey right now. It's only supposed to take you about 5 minutes to do altogether. And I've left a link to that particular email that you can go ahead and take a look at the survey that you need to do. Definitely take into consideration of doing Kobo Writing Life if you utilize that survey. So I know how to speak some days, other days I don't. This next piece, a couple pieces of news, actually comes from Jane Freeman at the Hot Sheet. You can get more details about one of my greatest sources in the self-publishing world and traditional publishing world at hotsheetpub.com. That is not an affiliate link or anything else like that. I just want to give credit where credit's due. All right, so this very first one comes as a bit of a surprise, but not a surprise. Spotify plans to offer subscribers free audiobook trial, Wall Street Journal reports. Now, originally, the Hot Sheet actually had shared the Wall Street Journal post, and unfortunately, unless you're subscribed and paying money for that, they're not going to show that. But the nice thing is the bookseller actually kind of condensed it down and talked about some of what Spotify is trying to do. In fact, Spotify more recently had acquired Findaway Voices, and they even further cemented their place with Findaway Voices by waiving the Findaway Voices distribution fee. So you get a 50% flat rate of royalty with them. So that's better than the 40% that you would normally get with, say, ACX. And Spotify is putting themselves into a position that they are truly competitors with Audible. So here's what the article says. Spotify is ramping up its audiobook offering by testing a free audiobook bundle for subscribers, the Wall Street Journal reports. The new offer would enable subscribers to listen to up to 20 hours of audiobooks without having to pay an additional fee. This move signifies Spotify's effort to become a leading provider of audiobooks. Although some of the details are still unclear and the scope is yet to be revealed, subscribers are likely to be offered a broad range of titles for a limited time. Wall Street Journal says the offer will likely become available in English-speaking countries like the UK, the US, Canada, and Australia. The company's audiobook catalog, featuring more than 300,000 titles, was made available to UK listeners for a la carte purchase in November 2022 after being rolled out in the US a month earlier. So this is great to kind of see some movement coming over from Spotify, that they're really starting to confirm some of the things that I was saying. Was Spotify is not playing around, and they're going for the jugular. And just to kind of validate some of this, when Brandon Sanderson, if you don't know who Brandon Sanderson is, just Google him up. Fantastic author, big name in the trad pub and self-pub space. He actually foregone going to ACX, to Audible, because he doesn't like how they're treating authors on the platform. Instead, he went directly over to Spotify. And this is kind of a great indication of someone who is a big thinker inside this space, who is moving to a platform. Sure, is he losing a little bit of money up front by not going with Audible? Absolutely. He addressed that. Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes when it comes to, your integrity, you want to make sure that you're sticking with something like that and you're not feeling like you're selling yourself out. So think about Spotify. This is another reason to do that. Now, we're going to transition from one IFI over to another IFI, which we're going to talk about Shopify. Shopify says merchants can use Amazon's Buy with Prime option. What? What is that? Canada's Shopify said on Wednesday, Amazon will release an app in Shopify's app ecosystem that will give US-based merchants access to Amazon's Buy with Prime option. Soon, Shopify merchants who also use Amazon's fulfillment network will have the option to add the Buy with Prime app from our app ecosystem directly into Shopify checkout, processed by Shopify Payments. This is a huge step in the right direction. In fact, for a lot of folks out there that want to have fulfillment through their own website, having this available gets it to where people aren't just going over to Amazon. Because if you can make some sales through your own website, you're able to track those customers. You're able to continue having that conversation. You're able to capture them rather than just have Amazon keep them. Because when you're driving traffic to Amazon, you're just helping Amazon out. When you're driving traffic over to your own website, you're helping yourself out. Now, sure, one could make the argument, well, if someone makes a purchase to Amazon Prime by way of your Shopify thing, aren't you just supporting Amazon? Yes, but you're at least getting customer data up front. You're getting all that information before they've even hit Amazon. So this is an awesome step in the right direction. And it also makes me super excited because there is the YouTube Partner Program on a new level, tier that they're putting out there, where if you have 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch time hours within the last year, you're able to put in what's called the merch shelf. It's a little carousel. Now, unfortunately, while I'm doing this live broadcast, no one's going to be able to see the carousel, but as soon as this live broadcast is officially published and it is processed by YouTube, it'll have that merch shelf down below it, and it makes my ebooks available. And if I use Shopify, I can also make my print books available. This is a game changer. I would love to see the next feature roll out with Shopify and audiobook distribution. That would be phenomenal. I don't know if you agree with me. Definitely would love to hear from you. Join me over in the Discord community here a little bit more. Here's one that actually comes from SV Smith. SV Smith actually reached out to me more recently about a recent crazy thing that was rolling out in her world, where she'd actually signed a deal with a Starry Writing Limited. It is a vanity publishing house. And boy, they got a nice looking site. But let me give you the TLDR. You're going to want to make sure you go over and watch this video of SV Smith. And it's really sad. What ends up happening with a lot of these vanity publishers is they have you sign some type of a contract that gets you to part ways with some or all of your rights. And in this particular instance, she signed away her rights in perpetuity, meaning in forever. So that is absolutely crazy. I want to share more instances like this of vanity publishers screwing over authors. So that way, if you happen to be, this is your entry point and you're kind of going, where do I go? Where do I start? Vanity publishers, avoid them. Avoid the ones that are cold prospecting you to join them, because chances are very likely if they're cold prospecting, they're a garbage company, because they should probably be spending that time taking care of their current clientele. So vanity publishers, it's an ugly thing. I want to make sure that more people are aware of this. So please do me a huge favor. Go watch the My Apology video, my rant ahem, update on Starry Writing Limited, SV Smith. Big shout out to SV. Thank you so much for the support, and thank you for reaching out and sharing some of this information. Hey, great guide that just rolled out from Ally. You don't have to actually be a member to get this one. Finding readers for your indie books, the Ally Ultimate Guide. They just released this on September the 11th. You'll want to go take a look at it. They cover everything from understand your reader and your market to deliver your reader expectations, speak to your readers through trusted voices, and so much more. You do not have to be an Ally member to get this. I made sure to open it up over in the incognito mode, made sure I could still read it. Go read this. Really good. It's a very exhaustive piece, but I feel like it is something that is very suitable about some of the things that I've always preached to you folks. All right, let's move it on over to the big news item over the past week that just rolled out. You might have been following me here not too long ago when I had shared that KDP has a new category system where you can select up to 3 categories within your dashboard upon uploading. And they no longer are accepting any requests via the contact us. All right. They handle all your native region. You handle all your native marketplace or your primary marketplace categories. They handle all the ones outside of that based on the categories you selected in your primary marketplace, as well as the keywords that you use. But the biggest issue was discovered by the folks over at Kindlepreneur and Publisher Rocket, to where they found that over 50% of categories that are available inside your dashboard are duplicates. Now, that by itself is not terrible because there is some overlap, sure, but then they break out into separate categories and subcategories where you can place into those other bestseller lists just fine. It's the one that's called a ghost category. I'm going to use quotes on this one because ghost categories are essentially categories that just don't exist. You'll never get a bestseller tag for it. You're never going to have an Amazon bestseller rank for that particular category because it's just not there. And rather than try to take from Dave Chesson's piece and how thorough he did about Amazon book categories, I really recommend that you go into learning a little bit more about these duplicate categories and these ghost categories in his secret method to choose clear winners. So very, very informative. I did a live broadcast this past week discussing some of this. So big shout out to Dave Chesson and the team over at Publisher Rocket. I've yet to reach out to the KDP team for comment on this particular area, but when I do, I'll reach out to you folks and let you know what I do find. Hey, by the way, the Amazon Prime Day is right around the corner. You're probably saying, wait, didn't we just have a Prime Day? Yes, we have a Prime Big Deal Day coming up on October. So October 10th to the 11th. Now you're probably saying to yourself, okay, what's the big deal about this one? Prime Day, and this is going to include the one that was in July as well as in October, and Black Friday, Cyber Monday are the 3 biggest days of the year for sales on Amazon. So if you're looking to launch a book or you're looking to really get that book picking up some good steam, now's a great time to start leveraging Amazon ads and any other type of ads you can send on over to your book's product page so you can raise relevance in the Amazon algorithms and serve it out to the customers that are most likely to buy this. If you aren't selling a significant amount more on those days than any of the other days, then chances are very likely you're going to need to study what's wrong with your book cover, what's wrong with your book description, and figure out if you have the right keywords dialed in for that particular publication. Highly recommend you join my Discord community at dalelinks.com/Discord. You can be able to get some peer feedback from other folks that are there. Moving a little further forward, this is a big shout out to my good friend Shannon Houston. SD Houston's going to be running a Kickstarter Basics Masterclass. What is it? What can you do? This will be on September the 23rd at 2 p.m. Central Daytime. So that'll be 3 p.m. Eastern Daytime, as you would know probably. Please definitely go and check this out. The reason that I bring this up is that SD Houston actually did a Kickstarter campaign not too long ago. She had it successfully funded. In fact, she didn't just have it successfully funded. She tripled the amount that she wanted to go for. I don't know about you, but I'm super excited about it. I do have an interview coming on to the podcast channel here relatively soon with SD Houston, but she's going to go a lot more granular in this Kickstarter Basics Masterclass that you're going to want to go check out. Again, September the 23rd at 3 p.m. Eastern Daytime. you want to go peek at that for sure. All right, folks over at Fictionary, Christina Stanley reached out to me to let me know about a big thing that's going to be coming out here soon. I'm excited to welcome one of the world's most loved crime authors into the Fictionary community this week. With over 21 million copies sold worldwide and 19 consecutive Sunday Times #1s, Peter James is an icon in the world of crime fiction. The magic of Peter James's storytelling lies not just in the gripping plots and unforgettable characters, but in the profound authenticity that runs through his work. This is a result in part of his partnership with former detective Graham Bartlett. Together they have brought the intricacies of crime investigation to life on the pages of the books. So if you'd like to register for that particular event, I've left a link down below. You do not have to be a paying member of Fictionary in order to get into their community. You can actually go over to fictionary.co. Nope, that's not an affiliate link, by the way. I'm already inside their community. I love it. Their community is amazing. It's really supportive, and you actually get to have some insights like this one and special occasions. It's on September the 20th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can go ahead and hit the RSVP button. That's going to be inside their community, so you don't want to miss out. Other news rolling out from Ingram Spark: market your books to book lovers. Are you working on a plan to market your book? Do you realize the potential digital marketing can have on your success? Have you defined your target readers? If so, meet Ingram ID, an easy-to-use tool designed specifically for authors and publishers like you. So essentially, they have a marketing tool available inside your dashboard. What they can offer is, with Ingram ID, you can connect your book to millions of book buyers, target readers who are interested in books like yours, create Facebook and Google ads with your book's metadata and cover image, and view real-time reporting on the success of your ad campaign. You can enter the promo code of TAKE15, that's 15, TAKE15, and get $15 off your first $100 advertising campaign. Really, really cool. Let me know if you do take advantage of that and how it works out for you folks. All right, and they also have a full video kind of breaking down what Ingram ID is. I recommend go watch that video so that way you can kind of understand. For someone that might be a little reluctant to try to learn Facebook or Google ads, and you want somebody else to do it, and chances are likely this might be one of your solutions. Alrighty, this one comes from the KDP community tab, and it is an update on KDP title creation limits. Now, I shared this in the broadcast where I talked about the categories that was discovered by Dave Chesson, but now at the same time, I also mentioned that there was going to be a KDP title creation limits. As we previously shared, we're actively monitoring the rapid evolution of generative AI and the impact it's having on reading, writing, and publishing, and we remain committed to providing the best possible shopping, reading, and publishing experience for authors and customers. While we have not seen a spike in our publishing numbers, in order to help protect against abuse, we are lowering the volume limits we have in place on new title creations. Very few publishers will be impacted by this change, and those who are will be notified and have the option to seek an exception. All right, so I asked what that specific number was, and they said 3 title uploads per day. Now, some of you are probably going, how is anybody publishing more than 3 within a given day? Well, first of all, low content book publishers probably, and the other one is people that are just churning out AI garbage. Kind of call it as I see it. You shouldn't be publishing more than 3 books in a given day if it's written content. Generative AI is fantastic, but don't get so overboard and so crazy about it that you're churning out garbage. And they're trying to just mitigate some of this issue of the people that are trying to force in 10 pounds of crap inside a 5-pound bag. So I think this is a great step in the right direction. If you disagree with me, that's totally fine. But keep in mind that, KDP's only got so many people that can work their system. They only have so many team members and support members that can help people. And then when you're just cramming a bunch of garbage onto the marketplace, you're ruining it for everybody else. So if you are doing that, go find another platform, go find another business. I think crypto's hiring. So definitely look into something like that. And as we start to wrap things up here, folks, I just want to let you know, yes, the Miblart premium cover design giveaway is still going. Unfortunately, the production of this next video is still on hold. So that means that this giveaway keeps getting pushed forward. It was not my intent to have this be a month late, but it is what it is. Go on over to dalelinks.com/giveaway to enter for your chance to win a premium book cover design package worth over $700. What did you think of some of those news items? Was there any particular piece of news that you felt I might have missed out on? And hit me up over on Discord. I already told you the link of it, so just come on over to Discord, join me. There's over 900 other authors and self-publishers on there carrying on a great conversation. It's a great positive atmosphere. I'll just say the link anyways, dalelinks.com/Discord. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll catch you on the other side of my vacation. Take care, folks. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.